was a beautiful morning on the island of Sodor. Thomas the Tank Engine's blue paint sparkled in the sunshine as he puffed happily along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle. He was feeling very pleased with himself. "Hello, Thomas," whistled Percy. "You look splendid." "Yes, indeed," boasted Thomas. "Blue is the only proper color for an engine." "Oh, I don't know. I like my brown paint," said Toby. "I've always been green. I wouldn't want to be any other color either," added Percy. Well, anyway, huffed Thomas, "blue is the only color for a really useful engine. Everyone knows that." Percy said no more. He just grinned at Toby. Later, Thomas was resting when Percy arrived. A large hopper was loading his trucks full of coal.
All right, look at go. Now that's one coal car, Percy. Try to load up the next one.
All but one tangerine later.
All right, only 3 trucks to go.
Thomas was still being cheeky. "Careful," he warned. "Watch out with those silly trucks." Go on, go on," muttered the trucks.
Oh, I almost forgot.
When
Those bumpers don't look safe to me.
the last load poured down. "Help! I'm choking!" cried Thomas. "Get me out!" Percy was worried, but he couldn't help laughing. Thomas's smart blue paint was covered in coal dust from smoke box to bunker.
Oh, man, Thomas, you don't look really useful now. You look really disgraceful.
"I'm not disgraceful," choked Thomas. "Did that on purpose. Get me out." It took so long to clean Thomas that he wasn't in time for his next train. Toby had to take Annie and Clarabelle. "Poor Thomas," whispered Annie to Clarabelle. They were most upset. Thomas was grumpy in the shed that night. Toby thought it a great joke, but Percy was cross with Thomas for thinking he had made his paint dirty on purpose. Fancy a really useful blue engine like Thomas becoming a disgrace to the Fat Controller's Railway. Next day, Thomas was feeling more cheerful as he watched Percy bring his trucks from the junction. The trucks were heavy and Percy was tired.
Oh, don't worry about a thing, Percy. There's a water tower right over there. But you might want to be careful of those buffers. They don't look safe to me.
Suddenly, Percy found that he couldn't stop. The buffers didn't stop him either. "Oh," wailed Percy, "help!" The buffers were broken and Percy was wheel deep in coal.
I tried to warn him.
It was time for Thomas to leave. He had seen everything. "Now Percy has learned his lesson too," he chuckled to himself. That night, the 2 engines made up their quarrel. "I didn't cause your accident on purpose, Thomas," whispered Percy. "You do know that, don't you?" "Of course," replied Thomas, "and I'm sorry I was cheeky. Your green paint looks splendid again, too."
Maybe perhaps in the future, you two will learn how to handle coal better.
We'll both be more careful of coal.
following episode of Thomas's Adventures with SamTheThomasFan1 and Ackleyattack4427 is brought to you in part by Lyric Studios. A new world of children's programming is just a channel away. And the Net Dwellers. Reviews, commentators, blogs, and so much more.